Hello, it's IamFat32 here once again with a video for you, and this is an Acer branded Logitech mouse. I have a lot of these old ball mice, and when I say a lot I mean about 50 of them, and about half of them have stuck covers so you can't turn this to get the thing off. Bottom of this one you can see is violently scratched up, but if you have a mouse pad, like mouse pad that's not cloth, then you're good. But if you have a mouse pad that's cloth, these scratches tend to kind of snag on it and sometimes even rip it, like what happened right here. But yeah, that's what happened. And this one was working great even though it's all beat up, until recently where it stopped tracking as good as it used to. So I'm gonna pull it off and see if I can get this unstuck. So I'm gonna undo that screw and pull the top off. So after persuading it a bit, I got the thing off and something broke off right there, the location of which is unknown. Kind of flew off. I mean, it got really hot, you can see, because it's kind of discolored. No, you can't really, but that's kind of yellow. The rest of this is not that badly yellowed, so it was getting pretty hot there for some reason and probably melted there. Anyway, you can see there's the ball assembly, which is really dirty. But anyway, that thing is probably still stuck. That's a little clearer for sure. Now you can see right here there's a little dot right there underneath here that lines up with this notch when it's locked in place. To unlock it, this piece has to be pushed over into here and then pulled down, in which it is not. So maybe the inside of where the ball sits. You can also see how these work. So when the ball moves, this piece right here, you can see it spins this little wheel, and it has these notches in it, which is detected by this sensor to tell the computer how fast and which direction the cursor is moving. That's how these work. You can see right here, there's a copyright date on that chip of 1999. Chip is a Logitech 33115-1001. Then over there it says S15.1. I don't know. But yeah, now we gotta figure out how to get this thing off. That could be fun. I might have to do this off camera. But anyway, it's a matter of just trying to get it to move and come off. I mean, I could always clean it like this, but you know, who wants to do that? My next example is these IBM 2-button PS2 mice. Now, I have a few of these that are like this. I mean, after a while they get dirty and they don't track well. But these things also get stuck. Now, it's not going anywhere without breaking it, so. Oh. I don't drop the camera again. Let's take this apart. I'm going to undo the screw and we'll be right back. Now you should be able to see why this mouse wasn't working. There's a lot of dirt. So you can see that IC number. So yeah, this is the one 2-button model. So yeah, you can see that big lump of dust right there is probably what was causing it to act kind of stupid. So yeah, looks like this whole assembly pops out, so I'm going to try popping that out and see if I can fix that rotating thing. Yeah, now I'm going to clean this up and see how good it works. And this is what it's supposed to look like. Look at that. And that one too. I even managed to clean that little roller right in there. This ring tensioned one. That was the one that was actually causing it to screw up. The diagonal movements. It was that roller, that spring tension one right there. Because it was so full of dirt that it wouldn't move properly. Like it would go side to side and up and down just fine, but as soon as you try to go diagonal, it would just all screw up. You can see here's the PCB. I'm in my kitchen, by the way. Oh, that's blurry. It's pumpkin. Anyway, yeah, it's quite nasty. I'll probably clean that up. And there's the switches. A little electrolytic right there. And there's a little polymer cap down in there. This IC, I'm guessing, is probably a Logitech IC. Or no, I don't know what that is, but I'm wrecking it by peeling it off, so I'm going to stick that right back on. Yeah, so you can see IBM put a sticker over there to protect, or to hide whatever they're using in there. It very well could be one of their own components, but I don't know why they're doing that. Now when I pulled this off, it was a huge pain in the ass. So what I had to do is, it was on there, I had to push down pretty firmly while pulling back and wiggling side to side for about a minute and a half or 2 minutes straight until one side came loose, and I screwed with it, and then this side came loose. 100% pain. But now that that's done, to put it back together, you know, it couldn't be too hard, right? Yeah, I know, tripod. I'm gonna line the thing up with the thing. I had one side. Oh, okay, so I have to have it up at kind of an angle like this, and then just push it on, and voila, you have yourself a partially intact mouse, just minus the screw in the bottom. And all the screws are somewhat oxidized for some reason, I don't know why, but just make sure you don't screw up the threads too badly. Try and put them back in the threads they came out of, just like I'm doing here, even though it's impossible to tell. But this is screwing in so easily. It's just, if you make new threads every time you do it, take it apart twice and you've already completely fucked it up. So yeah, just try and preserve it. Don't tighten it too tight, because it will crack the plastic. And there. Now let's go test it and see how it performs. All cleaned up and such. I gotta wait for it to post. As expected. F1 to continue. That was fast. And it's gonna load. Wow, that was the fastest ever. Look at that. It took like less than freaking a second to install the mouse driver. Nevertheless, boot. After it posted, it booted in like a freaking second. So now I'll load up the Windows interface. It's funny because the freaking Logitech driver works with this mouse, even though it says it isn't compatible. Password. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Works like new. Look at that, guys. Left click works, right click works. Sweet. This is freaking cool. I have never had this mouse working. I have another one or two like this that work fine, but this one worked like a piece of shit. But now it works great. Holy crap, look at that. It's better than some, like, I'm barely moving it, and it's going across the screen. I mean, that's pretty good. In a way, I guess, if you like getting there fast. But for some people who play games at lower resolutions and like having accuracy, this might not be a very good choice of mouse, because it does move very fast, but I'm sure you could adjust it somehow, huh? Three-com U synth. Shittiest sound card ever, but whatever. This doesn't have much on it. Anyway, let's test the other mouse now. Okay. You know, they say not to hot plug these, but as long as you're not moving the mouse and you do it fast, like you don't wiggle it to unplug it or anything, you just pull it straight out fast, that's what she said, then it'll be just fine. I don't believe anything they say, don't vote for Mitt Romney, etc., etc. Plug that in right there. It works quite well, acceptably. I mean, for what it's on. I mean, you could try a Dell mouse that has a different finish on it. It's held together by some Scotch tape, and yeah, there we go, much better. See, it's not like these scratches aren't tearing on it. Well, until you go over the tape, but actually there's a rip right there too, so, but yeah, other than that, I know it's hard to see, but yeah, these mice are working very good. Now let's see, that one's fixed, that one's fixed. We have more to go. I don't remember if it's this one or if it's this one that works. This is weird, because see, this cover's put on backwards, so technically this arrow is pointing right at unlock, but it's not going anywhere. I mean, that's freaking stuck. It's tighter than a bitch, like, oh my god. That won't come out. Now this is interesting. It's missing. I mean, I don't know where the cover went. It's just not there. Nevertheless, I don't know where the ball went either. Back here in macro mode, yeah, got the screw out of this one just now. You can see there is some crap on the end of it, which I assume is just plastic. That'll happen. But you can see, at first it'll appear the back is fastened, just pull back and up. There you go, it's loose. So now this is the fun part. You pull up, you push down, and you wiggle. You wiggle that motherfucker. That was freaking easy. Did you see how fast I did that? That's not even the same mouse either. You can tell because that IC sticker is different and more out of focus. Thanks, camera. Piece of shit. Yeah, that one came off much easier and much less painless than the other one. I am surprised. You can see there was dust in it. You know, not as much actually. This is pretty clean, but see, this is the problem in these mice. Freaking camera. See all that whiteness there? That's all dirt. In fact, let's use this screwdriver. That's the dirt right there, okay? That is basically what stops it from moving vertically, because that will press it unevenly, and then as you can see when I'm moving it vertically, these rollers aren't moving for shit, like seriously. But moving it up and down, you see how that one kind of moves, and moving it side to side, that moves just fine. Well, except when I go this way, it doesn't do shit. But yeah, you can see that it clearly needs to be cleaned. It should work fine. Not easy to do without being able to hold it, especially when you're on a counter like this. Things lined up good. There we go. Perfect. Now I can test this one.